Super excited about this today's locker room call. We're going to give you guys some good information today. Do me a favor, go down in the chat box. Let us know where you're chiming in from today, guys. Let's see where you're chiming in from today. Let me see here what we got here. Let's see here. Netherlands, let's go. Holland, Scotland, Netherlands. Holland again. Let's go, let's go. Sharita's in the house. Let's go, Sharita. Chrissy Pitts from the D. Danny, what's up, bro? Orlando, Arlington, Texas. Man, we about to drop some bombs today. You guys want to grab your notepads today. Me and my main man, Miss Andre Campbell, about to give you the sauce. Texas, Detroit, let's go. All right, guys. Raimi checking in for Washington. Listen, you and Johnny O did a heck of a job yesterday on their presentation. I just want to let you guys know. Monday night, everyone said you did a great job. What's up, Romulus? What's up, Mike? Let's welcome Big Mike to the team. He just joined today. Let's go, Big Mike. Let's go, let's go. All right, guys, we want to do today is we want to give you guys some really good information. You guys, do me a favor. If you can get some really good value from the locker room calls, do me a favor, drop a 7 in the chat. If you get some really good value from the locker room calls, drop some 7s in the chat. If this stuff has really been helping you with your mindset. Remember, guys, this here between your ears, this is a game changer between you leveling up and not. So make sure make sure we're building that thing up just like a muscle, just like going to the gym. We got to control this, right? Yeah, thanks, Johnny. I appreciate it, man. The one you did with me, Johnny, was epic too. So, guys, we got a heck of a lineup coming up next week. I got Dr. Luke Quamina, who's the chairman 25 out of Trinidad. It's incredible speakers going to be on. The week after that, we got chairman 25, soon to be chairman 50, Ms. Wanda Webb. Is going to be on. We got a lineup, guys, that's going to be so incredible. You guys are going to get nothing but value to help you go to the top. So again, guys, my name is Lawrence Young, Chairman 50 with I Am Mastery Academy. Host this call with my main man, Mr. Andre Campbell, the SPX 500 King, Chairman 10, soon to be Chairman 25. We're honored to share some really good information with you guys. We've been in this industry for quite some time, so we can give you guys some decades of really good value to help you guys navigate those landmines going to the top. In this run to the top, going to chairman, right? So you know how we do it, guys. We always start our locker room call off with a real short video motivation. I want you guys to enjoy this quick video, and then we'll get started with Locker Room Tuesday. Let's go get it, guys.
3 minutes to the biggest battle of our professional lives. All comes down to today. Either we heal as a team, or we're going to crumble. Inch by inch, play by play, till we're finished. We're in hell right now.
But I tell you, there are some times in life where you fall down and you feel like you don't have the strength to get back up. You sort of put a mask on your face when you come to school and pretend that everything's okay when it's not, and you go home and lay in your bed when no one's looking at you, when you don't have to impress anybody, and you're yourself. And fear comes in. You know the fear that you have as soon as you walk into the doors of your house. Maybe there's a broken home. Maybe you have doubt in your life. Maybe you don't know for sure what's going to be happening in the future, and it scares you. Maybe you're worried about what people think of you, what people say about you. Just that fear paralyzes you. And I just want to ask you today, do you think you have hope?
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Pain is temporary. It may last for a minute, or an hour, or a day, or even a year. But eventually, it will subside. And something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it will last forever.
Down here, face down, and I have no arms, no legs. It should be impossible for me to get back up. It should be impossible for me to get back up, but it's not. You see, I will try 100 times to get up, and if I fail 100 times, if I fail and I give up, do you think that I'm ever going to get up? No. If I fail, I try again, and again, and again. For as long as I try, there's always that chance of getting up.
You'll find out life's this game of inches. So is football. Because in either game, life or football, the margin for error is so small. I mean, one half a step too late or too early, and you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. But you got to be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that. The most important thing is this: to be able at any moment to sacrifice what you are for what you will become. I said to you today that there's some of you, if you give up your cell phone, you will be successful. Some of you need to give up your cell phone because the time you spend on your cell phone could be used for your success. The time you could be using to be successful, you're using it on the cell. And the cell phone is not bringing you nothing but a bill.
Very often you're getting what you're asking for. You're just not aware of how general you're asking. Clarity is power. The more clear you are about exactly what it is you want, the more your brain knows how to get there. Your brain is a servo mechanism. If you know exactly what you want, or you let yourself get beyond that to something general, you're not going to achieve it. Clarity is power. You got to know the specific result you're after. What do you want? If you can't answer that question right now in your personal life, in your body, in your relationships, in your finances, in your spirituality, then you're not going to be as fulfilled as you want to be.
See, it's easy to be on the bottom. It doesn't take any effort to be a loser. It doesn't take any motivation, any drive in order to stay down there at a low level. But it calls on everything in you, ladies and gentlemen. You have to harness your will to say, I'm going to challenge myself. Sometimes I have to pull myself out of bed and say, come on, Les. Things I know I should do, I don't do. Things I shouldn't do, I do. I found that the biggest enemy you have to deal with is yourself. Let no man forget how menacing we are. We are lions. Immortality. Don't tell me what I can't do.
Of course, it was impossible to connect the dots looking forward when I was in college, but it was very, very clear looking backwards 10 years later. Again, you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever, because believing that the dots will connect down the road will give you the confidence to follow your heart, even when it leads you off the well-worn path, and that will make all the difference. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
Ooh, Lord, man, oh man, that stuff gets me going every day, guys. Do me a favor, If that raised the hair on your arms today, drop some sevens in the chat. Drop some sevens in the chat, guys. Let me tell you what. I listen to this stuff in the morning for at least an hour. I'll scour YouTube, which, hey, listen, YouTube is free motivation university, right? I go and I scour the internet for my favorite topics. I'll just key in motivation, and I'll just key in some things that's going to get me going. And when I walk in the park, 45 minutes, I'm on here just listening, right? And a lot of times those pictures and those visuals behind these videos, they really make the video more powerful, because you see the struggle. You see people getting knocked out. You see people, falling on their knees. You see, all the different struggles people go through to get success, because everything we want to go through is going to have some type of breakthrough that's going to be attached to it. It's not going to be easy road to success. And many of the times we see the glory, but we don't know the story. We don't know how many hours you see Floyd Mayweather being undefeated. You don't know how many hours he put in the gym mastering his craft. We don't know how many hours that person, watched their diet. We don't know how many hours that person practiced the right, punch to the gut. We don't know how many hours that person practiced on the speed bag. We just see them in the ring getting, 20, 3 rounds and a knockout and getting $50 million for the fight, but we don't see everything that rises up to that. Just like looking at Usain Bolt. The guy wins all these gold medals, and you just see him run for 9.5 seconds. You don't see all the 8 hours a day of stretching, running sprints. We don't see all the diet and, working with trainers and, practicing, running against some of his, comrades. We don't see all that stuff. All we see, guys, is the 10 seconds or the under 10 seconds that he takes to win it and win at a high level what he does. So I'm challenging each and every one of you guys and ladies and gentlemen on this call today to rise above being average, right? These calls are designed to help us level up, because I'm a firm believer, guys, that the 6 inches between our ears, really helps us either level up or keeps us at the same spot. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because whether you think you can or you can't, guess what? You're right either way. Whether you think you can or you think you cannot, you're right either way. So we have to start programming ourselves to listen to this good stuff. We have to program ourselves to follow successful people. We have to program ourselves to maybe change our circles, right? We have to change our circles and get with people going to make you stretch. That's why I was talking to somebody the other day, and I said, listen, I remember back in the day when I said, man, if I could just make 6 figures, man, I've arrived, and then you look at it, and then you think like, wow, man, how I look back now, and most people think that's a lot of money to you now. But once you get there, you realize it's not a lot of money. And once you get there, you're like, wow, I'm having conversations with people say, well, why not think like making 100,000 a week or 100,000 a day? Hey, 15 years ago, I didn't think that way. But it's all a progression. And see, right now, if you're on this call and you're brand new, you say, I'm gonna just try this thing to see if it works, right? So your faith is out of a mustard seed right now. But see, the more you plug into these calls, the more you see success stories, the more you hear, success stories and see people winning, guess what? Your faith becomes bigger. And see, all our business is belief and action. So see, the bigger your belief, the bigger your check. The bigger your check, guess what happens? The bigger your belief. It goes hand in hand. So we have to make sure that we're believing at a high level, because guess what? If you haven't had a success story trading yet, don't worry, it's coming. If you haven't had a success story with enrolling your first person, don't worry, it's coming. If you haven't had your first success story going P600, P1000, P2000 chairman, don't worry, it's coming. But what you do is you copy and use somebody else's story as your success. Talk about someone who went through the struggle. Talk about someone who had it bad and went all the way to the top, like the young man who just hit Chairman 50. He said, hey, man, I was stuck at Platinum 2000 for 2 years. 2 years, he was stuck at the same rank. And see, a lot of times you guys think because you're not leveling up that you're not growing. Listen, because you're not leveling up does not mean you're not growing. Just right now, you're just moving slower, but you don't realize you're still growing. So that guy said, listen, man, I'm stuck at the same rank. My mental was off. I'm thinking like, wow, what am I doing? Thought about quitting a few times. And this guy's in Mexico. Dude just cracked Chairman 50. He's like, listen, man, I just stayed the course. And see, many of us don't realize that the strong winds do come. We just have to stay the course. See, ships are built for rough seas. And every one of you guys on this call are a vessel to get your family to freedom. But you have to understand, you're gonna reach those bad waters. You're gonna reach those storms. But if ships are built for rough seas, don't be scared to go to the eye of the storm, because that's where your breakthrough is going to take place, man. So guys, I'm so excited about today's call, man. I got my main man, Mr. Andre Campbell, on the call. Just to let you guys know, we got a heck of a lineup coming up next week. Dr. Luke Quamina out of Trinidad is going to be on the call. Following week, got Ms. Wanda Webb is going to be on the call. Next week, we got Dr. Spiller is going to share his incredible story on the call. And then we got Dr. China Bethley is going to be on the call. So that's the next 4 weeks. When I tell you the next 4 weeks, we are going to get the butter from the freaking duck. Let's go get it, guys. So today we're going to do our call a little bit different. What we're going to do today is Andre and I are going to give you some good nuggets, but I want to see what it is you're going through. We're going to show you, maybe hear your questions. You hear me interviewing people all the time. I'm going to let you guys interview us. And I'm going to put your questions, or you can raise your hand and say, hey, how do you handle this? We want to hear from you, because guess what? Andre and I, we've seen it all. We've done it all. We've experienced it all. And many of us don't ask those particular questions that keep us, that can really help us. It's almost like being in school when you're scared to raise your hand because you're embarrassed. The question you're scared to ask could be the one that could get you a breakthrough. So today we're gonna have some fun, and we're gonna do it big. Yeah, Latoya, how do you get through the storm losing a parent? Man, that's a great question. Well, let me start with that question there. How do you get through the storm? Latoya says, sorry for your loss, first off, Latoya. She said, how do you get through the storm of losing a parent? Let me tell you this. Last year, in the last 3 years, my wife lost her dad, and last year lost her mom. As a matter of fact, Mother's Day was a tough day for her. This is the first Mother's Day without her mom. But I can tell you this, it was really, really tough, but you have to understand this, and it may sound harsh, but I say this with cotton gloves, okay? Life does still go on. When you go through those temporary pains and things you got to go through, that's just part of life. Listen, it's never going to be a smooth road to success. These are things that are going to happen. You're going to have relationship problems. You got health problems. You're going to have, money problems, tax problems, car problems, dog problems. You got it. If you're either in a problem, just left one, or one is coming, or one is on the way. But what I did is what happened to me. Let me share my story. When I first got networking, my grandmother was, she was like my heart and soul, right? She basically raised me, right? And when she had a stroke and she passed away, this is when I first got network marketing. And I don't know if this story can resonate with you, but I'm just going to tell you mine. And what happened for me was I was new. My faith was that of a mustard seed, but I knew I wanted out of the situation I was in. I knew that being me at that particular time of my life wasn't working, because at a particular time in my life, I was basically homeless. Went through a bad, divorce, basically homeless. I was living with my grandmother in the senior citizens apartment. So I would stay gone all day working, go to the gym, play ball. And then afterwards, I would go sneak in her apartment at midnight just so I could sleep on her couch. And I would get up in the morning so I could be gone for the rest of the day, so I can go back there at midnight again the following day. So that was my life when I got network marketing, okay? But what I did realize was this. I made a promise to her that I was going to be the chosen one. You guys hear me say this all the time. I made a promise to her that I was going to be the chosen one in the family that's going to think differently, that's going to move differently. There's going to be someone that people look up to. There's going to be a legend in the family where people say, you know what? Success and money, that's Uncle Mike, or that's my dad, or that's my brother. If we want to know about anything that's powerful, he's going to be that go-to guy. So for me, it was a commitment. Now, when she passed away, I had to go to a meeting in Atlanta the very next day. She passed away, and I cried my eyes out. Don't get me wrong. Listen, I tell you, it's the worst day of my life. What did I do? I jumped in that car. I drove to Atlanta. My family didn't understand it. But see, when you're the chosen one, people aren't going to understand. They're not going to understand your struggle. So all I can tell you is this. When you're going through storms, just have a mental lighthouse in your mind. Have a mental lighthouse in your mind that's going to bring you out of that storm, out of those rough waters. Have a mental lighthouse in your mind that's going to get you back to where you need to go. Trust me, there's days today, and my grandmother's been gone 20 years. It's still today's, I still cry about it. But I know I made her proud. So it was all worth it at the end of the day. So what you have to do, Latoya, just keep on pressing forward. Keep pressing forward and make that person who passed that you looked up to, make them proud with your efforts, okay? Love and respect, Coach. I love it. I love it. You're welcome, Latoya. And again, sorry for your loss. Hey, you know what? Let's carry the torch. That's all I can tell you. So guys, if you have any questions today, I'm gonna bring on my main man, Mr. Andre Campbell, to come on with us as well. We're gonna answer some of these questions. We're gonna tag team. I'm going to let you hear from a couple other leaders that we have on the call today as well, too. Let's see here. We're going to add a spotlight. There we go. Andre Campbell, listen, man, your trade calls this week have been clutch like Kobe in the fourth quarter with 3 seconds on the clock. Let me tell you that, man. Your trade calls have been incredible, man. Thanks for all you do serving. I was going through with some gentlemen who joined today. I was going through the CM Profits website, and I said, man, listen, man, this guy has created such a system that any and everyone could use, man. Can't thank you enough, not only for your friendship, for everything. Listen, you got something coming in the mail from Tamara and I for your birthday as well, too, because I didn't know. So happy birthday. As a matter of fact, everybody, go down in the chat and wish Mr. Andre Campbell a happy birthday. This man deserves it. All the money he done made for people on this call, he deserves a happy birthday shout out. Let's go get it. What's up,
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Hope everybody's doing good. Everybody put a big C in the chat for Coach. That C is for consistency. Hey, brother, I want to know I appreciate you. And, I tell people all the time, I've been a part of companies and teams where, the upward leadership, you saw them every now and then at a big event. And the only time they really call you, hey, you putting someone in the system, hey, what's going on? That was it, And one thing I could say, as I look at Coach, the man is consistent, day in, day out, wax on, wax off. Doesn't matter what's going on. Definitely thought some prayers out for who's that, Latoya. Yeah. And, to just touch on what Coach was saying, one thing I learned in this industry and also in life was that if I wanted to be successful, I was going to be full of disappointments. I had a mortgage business, put every last penny I had in it. This was back in 2006, things are going good. And then the economic collapse came, went back to zero, didn't even get a chance to get the new car to home. I wanted to help a lot of people, but in life, they say you're either in a problem, just left a problem, or a problem is on its way to see us. So when those problems happen for me personally, I thank God, I embrace them, and I just keep going through. Our own Ahmed Jamayandle, the late great, he was the first person that I sponsored in IM. And unfortunately, last year, he passed away, he died, He was a leader over there in the UK, and shout out to the Netherlands team, UK team, and all that came from Ahmed. And you know what? One thing happened when Ahmed died. Some people rallied and say, you know what? We're going to press on for Ahmed. Some people faded away. Some people gave up hope and lost hope because why? They looked at Ahmed as that light, as a strength. And then when he was gone, they gave up on their hopes and dreams. So I encourage everybody, your own man, your own woman, your own faith. But you know what? At the end, you have to be the one to say, you know what? I'm going to get it done. If the person on the left or right, if this happens, the economy happens, that happens, there's always going to be something happen. I thought when I got into business, everything was going to be smooth one day, go to the top, help a lot of people earn a lot of money. It didn't happen. That's why I'm so thankful for a lot of the leaders on this team. I see my main man there, Greg G. Money White. I know he's out there in Key West right now with the family, having a good time. Gilo Morgan, Tavis, I see so many great leaders on this call. I can't name everyone, but what I want everyone to understand, Johnny O, Remy, that when we do these calls, Elenise, I look at the names in this chat box, right? And unfortunately, as I look, some of the people who used to be here, they're not here anymore. And statistics say that this time next year, half of you won't be here. If you're going to be here next year, put a one in the chat. If you're going to be here, longevity, consistency. Coach always talks about it. Endurance. Another thing I'm going to say to people, from watching that video, and one thing I've learned, whether it's trading, building a business, building your team, oftentimes we look at the big picture, the end goal, right? But I've learned in life, by the mileage of travel, by the inches of cinch, take things and break them down to small, minute steps. And that's the difference, How does a person go from platinum 150, to platinum 5,000? Over time, he or she, day in, day out, did a few little things every day over time, while other people making excuses, giving up, watching television, doing this, doing that, complaining about a lot of things. Oh, I blew an account, or I lost money, or someone quit, or I signed someone up and support and get back to them. And what happens is they allow those small things to throw them off course, When that other person, they're just steady going on, steady going on, steady going on. And what happens? A few days, weeks, months, years, that person, he or she now, their life is in a whole different position. And the other person looks back and say, wait a minute, how did he or she get there? What happened? And they don't realize it was those small decisions every day. Like Coach says, get up in the morning, listen to something positive, motivation. You know, everybody's fighting two battles in their minds, right? Most people are walking around with a very negative mindset. Why? Because of life, bills, this happened, that happened, all the things that come against us, right? That's why I always say most people only think positive for small moments of time, negative the majority of time. Winners, we only think negative for small moments of time, and the rest, hey, shake yourself off, back to the thing, consistency. So that's one of the things I want to share today. And once again, I want to shout out to everybody on this call. I see people from all over the world, and I can't wait to see a lot of you, Makina, on this same call, giving your testimony and hearing your stories, because I believe the next 24 months is going to be amazing.
Hey, you know, what's funny, man? It's crazy you mentioned that, because you're right. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people on the call who just won't have the endurance, you know, and it's not your fault. It's just we've been taught from our parents and grandparents basically to quit everything. And it's not, you know, we have to be the chosen one to, again, become that person that's 6 foot tall and bulletproof as it relates to your goals, guys. And, you know, trust me, you know, it's many a times where I feel like, man, do I want to keep doing this? There's many a times I say, man, why am I, you know, why is this happening to me? Or why did this happen? Or, and you can sit back and you get to have yourself a pity party, or you could put the big boy pants on and keep on running. That's a choice that you make. And see, many people react to certain situations, and you react, your first reaction, or the average person's first reaction, is either negative or how can I bail out? Whereas people who are the winners are saying, listen, I know it's going to be tough. I know it might be uphill climb. I know I'm swimming against upstream, but how can we make this work? It's a whole difference in mentality. See, when I Am Mastery Academy went through some of its trials and tribulations in the beginning, and we were just an infancy type company, a mom and pop type company, everyone didn't have the vision back then. You know, leaders left because, you know, we were new and we, you know, made some mistakes in the beginning. And I was, you know, me along with a few people were like, listen, how can we make this thing work? Not this is wrong, that's wrong, the process is wrong, the comp plan is wrong, the CEO is wrong. We didn't have those type of conversations. We said, you know what? We're a stick and stay type of individual. So we said, well, how can we make this work instead of what's our exit strategy? Most people think exit strategy first, and instead of being solution oriented. And see, had we not have said, a few of us, listen, we know we're gonna lose a lot of people, because if we ain't paying commissions in 4 weeks, for 4 weeks, everybody ain't gonna be with that. Everybody not gonna be down with that like 4 flat tires. So I understood that it was going to be some pruning the tree in order to grow. But hey, look what we are 7, 8 years from now, approaching $1 billion company. We got over 500 people at chairman. Back then, hitting chairman was like, okay, let's see how many, if we could hit chairman. We were like, can we hit chairman? Now, chairman is like the new P1000. We got over 500 people. Like, I was going through the list with my main man, Mike Hayes, who was new member in the group. He's a networker. And I was showing him the Chairman Hall of Fame. And he was just blown away. I was watching his reaction like, the list is still going on? This how many people making $10,000 a month? He was blown away. And many of us are spoiled because we don't realize the type of opportunity we really, really have. So you're lucky enough this is your very first company. Let me tell you why. Because a lot of companies don't give you what we give you. Not only the honesty, the integrity of a compensation plan that you don't have to be a nuclear engineer to figure out. You know, having a compensation plan that allows you to win at a super high level without a lot of people. You guys in the right place at the right time. You just have to have the vision to finish this thing out. Like I'm always type of person like, look, when I worked at the same place for 20 years. I was the best. I was one of the tops of what I did in Michigan, right? And many people would call me, hey, listen, man, I'm gonna toss you $30,000 or $50,000 to come work for me as a bonus. I'm like, no, I'm good. For one, I kept my word to the guy I was working with. I kept my commitment. That's one thing you always got to remember, guys. Your word and your commitment should mean more than being bought out. Let me tell you that. There's a lot of leaders who get networking and somebody coming a new shiny new object and they like, oh man, Andre, look at this. Man, we're gonna be the next I Am Mastery Academy. How about I offer you, offer you $10,000 and you bring your team to the company. We're gonna be the next I Am. And then you make a mistake and go to a company that falls on his face where you just should have stayed in the same spot. See, the grass is gonna be green where you water it. Grass is always the same shade. It's just different shades of grass, but it's gonna be green where you water it, guys. So when we saw that the company could be a $1 billion company, what I was saying, we lost a lot of people. And that goes back to what Andre was saying. Not everybody is gonna win the war. There's gonna be some casualties. But see, we're the type of people that's gonna get to the other side, which is Chairman 10, Chairman 100, et cetera, and they will come back and get you. See, everyone may not be ready for the journey right now. You might not be built for it tough right now. That's okay. But you have to eventually fall on your knees enough mentally and just feel that pain enough where you say, you know what? Look, man, enough is a freaking enough. I'm sick and tired of losing. Like, I'm sick and tired of struggling. I'm sick and tired of calling, making the arrangements on the arrangements, right? I'm sick and tired of not driving what I want to drive. I'm sick and tired of not traveling the way I want to travel. I'm sick and tired of going places and I'm looking at the menu like, let me see, this is $75 for this steak. Now I just rock with the salad. I'm sick and tired of looking at the menu and you make your decisions based on price instead of what you want. I'm sick and tired of not being able to go to buy custom suits and look the way I really want to look. Guys, you only put above ground one time. There is no encore to this deal called life. So you guys got to make sure that you go hard in the paint like no other right now in this time and space, because opportunities come and go. But at the end of the day, can you say you're giving it your all? Most of the people, you ask a simple question. I want you to be brutally honest. I want you to give you this exercise for yourself today. Look in the mirror and say, you know what? If my team did what I did today, how successful would they be? So if my team did exactly what I did today, would they ever go chairman? So in other words, did I do any presentations? Did I do any three-way phone calls? Did I make any new contacts to get in front of the information? Am I setting up launch calls for the team? No. If you didn't do any of that, guess what? You were a step away from being in the MLM cemetery. You're a step away from being in the land of loss. You're a step away from being a casualty. Because if you treat your business casually, you will end up a casualty. Remember that. If you treat your business casually, you're going to end up a casualty in this business. See, we want everyone to win. See, guess what? Andre, myself, we don't have to do these calls. We don't have to do these calls. Guess why we doing them? So we can help you get to where we are. So to me, a person is borderline crazy not to at least be on the locker room calls where you have people who made millions in this game who want to help you get to where we are. And you can use us for what? Free. You can use this for free. So think about this, guys. That's what I love about networking, is we're in a position where you have successful people who have some of the things you want, that don't mind taking the time to help you work a little harder to put that dream car out the driveway and out the magazines in your driveway, to make those dream vacations come true, to have that dream gated community house you've always wanted. You could use us for free, because guess what? If we help enough of you get what you want, we will get what we want on default. So we put you guys first. And that's one thing I love about network marketing. Hey, doesn't matter who you are. It's just a matter of you have the burning desire to go out there and really make this thing happen. So our business is very simple. We just expose, we talk to new people, and we launch them and share the vision. That's all we do. And if you're not doing that on a day-to-day basis, guys, you want to ask yourself, do you really want to be chairman? Honestly. Because if we keep telling you, and we can hammer this 100 times, what is going chairman? Peak in interest, putting people on presentations, and repeat steps 1 and 2. That's all chairman is. So people want to get what's the secret to the sauce? How'd you do this? How'd you do that? And they want to go talk to other chairmen. How did you do this? Guess what they did? Talk to somebody new today. Guess what they did? Did some presentations today. Guess what else they did? They did some 3-8 phone calls today. Guess what they did? every day, the same stuff. That's why you see people winning. And another thing is, guess what leaders don't do? This is going to hit some people in the stomach right now. I want y'all to be prepared for this, because this might blindside you. Guess what leaders really don't do? We don't take breaks. We take emergency brakes off the car. A lot of us trying to build our business with the emergency brakes on. Guess what we do? We take the emergency brakes off the car. See, for me, I don't take breaks. I don't take breaks when people quit. I don't take breaks when people lead a team. I don't take breaks when I'm going through, health challenges or, things going on in my family. I don't take breaks. When my wife, lost both her parents, guess what I did? I'm still doing meetings. I'm still doing presentations, because you know why? Leaders don't take breaks. Business doesn't stop because of circumstances that happen around your life. Business still has to go on. And once you realize that leaders don't quit, they are freaking relentless. When I say relentless, they are like serial killers trying to find the mark. If you look at the movies, what do serial killers do? They got their mark all over the wall. They got their pictures, what they do, what time they do this, what do they drive, where they go to eat. They eat at 4 o'clock. The driver picks them up at 6. They're like relentless on the target. That's how we have to be, guys. We got to be relentless ongoing chairman. But if you're not relentless for it, guess what's going to happen? You're going to tap dance your way and watch us reach 1,000 chairmen, and you still going to be stuck in the same position because you got the emergency brakes on and you don't believe. Now, that's a problem you must have in yourself, because I'm going to tell you guys something, and I don't mean no disrespect to any other chairman in the company. There's some people in our company who are making $10,000 a month in business, who have no business being in business. I want y'all to read between the lines. We got people in our company making $10,000 a month or more who have no business even being in business, making that type of money. So if you can have people who aren't even qualified to go, I mean, really, if you look at them, or listen to them, you say, hold on, if this cat can do it, I know I can do it. And see, that's what I love about networking. See, for me, what I did for a living when I first started, I said, I didn't walk in, even though I was brand new, and this goes to network marketing. When I was new, my first thing was, okay, who's the best of the best? Let me follow them. When I started working, it was a whole new industry I didn't know anything about. And you can relate this to network marketing as well. It was a new industry I didn't know much about, but I knew some of my friends were making some money. And I said, if they can do it, oh, I know I could do it, right? So guess what I did my first day? I walked in, didn't know anything about what I was doing. It was like a flat out orientation. And one of my friends was making 6 figures there. And I said, who's number one? I said, who's a top dog? He pointed out the top dog. Guess what I did? I went up to the top dog and I said, man, hey man, keep my seat warm. I'm coming. It's real talk. Because you know what? I'm motivated. I'm hungry like a lion. Because if my friend can make 6, and to me, 6 figures back then was like, oh, I've got it. I'm there. So if I said, if he can do it, oh, I can definitely make it happen. I said, you know what? I'm coming at you. 90 days later, with no experience what I was doing, I was a number one. Guess what? I was number one for almost 20 years in a row. You know why? Because I wanted to be the best of the best. I didn't want to say, let me try it first. Let me see what happens first. No, people making money. I know I'm built differently. I know I'm a leader. I know I go over and beyond. I don't make the minimum my maximum. So I said, if I take that type of work ethic anywhere, in any situation, I'm going to win. So guess what? When I came to networking, guess what I did? I said, who's the best in the company? I didn't know anything about networking. I was scared to do presentations. Like literally, my mom looks at me today like, I can't believe you talk in front of people the way you do. But guess what, guys? Being me didn't work. Being me wasn't working. Being me wasn't getting me the income I really wanted. Being me wasn't getting me the freedom I wanted. So guess what I did? I said, you know what? Who's the best presenter? So what I did is I watched tapes on the best presenter. I watched the mannerism. I watched some of the things they said. I watched the way they dressed. I watched some of the little cool little stories they told. And I said, you know what? I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. The storm is coming. There's nothing you can do from stopping it. And guess what, guys? Hit the top of that company, and every company I've been involved in, I hit the top of. Because you know why? You got to say to yourself that you're built different. You got to say that you're built for it tough, guys. You got to say you're built for it tough. And once you make that decision and say, you know what? I'm sick and tired of being stuck at P150, which is really, guys, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Buying 150 is only 3 people. You should be able to pick up the phone right now and call your mama, your grandma, and your aunt and sign up 3 people. I mean, honestly. But some people are stuck at these ranks because you're not going out there taking action. And remember, guys, what are 2 of the main things I talk about? You got to have the passion. You got to put into action. You got to have the passion for it. You got to put into action to go get it. And you can go chairman. Very simple. And guess what you can do? Once you do those type of things, guess what you can do? You could be on the beach like my main man, Mr. Greg White. Look at Greg White.
Keep money.
On the beach right now with his hat to the back in the middle of the day in Miami because he's about that life. He made a decision that I'm going to go out there and I'm going to make this thing happen. P5000, soon to be Chairman 10, one of the best traders in the team, leads the team like no other. Listen, man, Greg G Money White is a man. He's loving to death, man. But hey, Greg, man, talk to the people today, man, about being relentless towards the goal, man.
Man, let me tell you something. Coach, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, champ.
Man, first let me get this umbrella up. Hang on 1 second. I got my daughter. You guys can hear me. I'm out here, man. I'm living the life. Let me jump back on camera 1 second. All right. Boom. Woo!
We see you, man.
Let me tell you something, bro. Listen, I am down here in Key West right now. I'm living a good life, man. Coach, let me just talk about, the story. Just heard Andre Campbell speak. Hats off to you, Mr. Campbell, for even bringing me to this. And everything that you guys are talking about, guys, I'm living. Everything that you're saying, I'm experiencing. But I'm grateful, man, that I'm so relentless to where there's 2 things I want to say about being in this industry, man, and going forward, right? That sometimes going forward, you find yourself going backwards. And like Christopher Terry told me personally, Christopher Terry may put in such a great thing. Like, you might be in this business, man, but if you got the right mindset, sometimes your setbacks or your pullbacks, just a pullback. Chris said, Chris told me, Lawrence, he said, before an arrow can go forward, it got to be pulled back. But when it goes forward, it's going to have that much more strength. So, I just got the mindset, relentless, to enjoy life. Don't be fazed by anything else. And one of the things, Coach, I do want to say this, man, because I want people to know, it's a lot of people that's on this call. Man, I've been in this for a few years now. And I can tell you this. One of the things that got me really, really upset was 2 things. One was, if you're on this call and you felt like giving up, right? Or you on this call and you felt like, and you gave up. I'm going to tell you guys, I get it because I've been there. You know what I mean? And I guess that's the reason I didn't quit, because I'm so pissed off that I felt like giving up. So you should be that pissed off that you felt like giving up, or you gave up to where you didn't quit. Let me say that again, Coach. If you're on this call and you had the feeling to want to give up, I ain't say quit, because quitting is not an option. But if you just had that feeling, man, it should have you that teed off, that pissed off, that upset that you even thought about giving up, to where that's the thing that made you don't quit. And let me tell you something, Lawrence. Today, man, I'm on my A game. People like you, Andre Campbell, my main man, Gilo Morgan. There's people that's in this industry, man. I watch Remy and Johnny O. They're doing their thing, the winning edge. I call them the We Group. That's a W. But I'm just watching it, guys. And this is the time for us to shine, and to just make it do what it's going to do. So just be relentless and being pissed off on whatever you're feeling that's negative. And that should make you want to impact everything that's positive as it relates to knowing who you are. We're not quitters. You know what I mean? We're not quitters. This is the greatest industry that's around. Chairman, guys, running for it right now, looking at the blueprint and just connecting with these calls, trading and helping people understand, not me, but helping them understand this industry and helping them understand the system that we have. It's a well-oiled machine, man. So that's the relentless, man. I just want to give it up, to y'all, man. Appreciate this being on this call. And I see a lot of people on this call. Dwayne, Linda, Dwayne, what's up? I see you, man. And, just let's take it all the way to the top, Coach. I appreciate you having me join on.
I appreciate it, man. There you go, man. See, guys, let me tell you this. I want you guys to write down the word commitment. I want you to write down the word commitment. And I'm going to give you the definition of real commitment. Okay? This is very important. The word commitment means doing what you said you were going to do The word commitment means doing what you said you were going to do long after that loving feeling has gone away when you wrote down that goal. So doing what you said you were going to do long after that loving feeling has gone away when you said you were going to do that thing. That's what real commitment is. That's what the word commitment is. You guys got to make sure you guys are super committed towards going after these goals and dreams, man, and knocking this thing out, man. We're super excited. As a matter of fact, you know, we have any of our chairman leaders on the call. I always got to show some love. And I want to bring on one of my good friends, man. This guy came to the company, man, ran past people like they were walking backwards, man. And he's doing some great things. As a matter of fact, I think he just moved to Miami as well. Is my main man, Mr. Dwayne Lodge, Chairman 10, soon to be Chairman 25. Is he on the call? Let me see.
Yeah, Coach, I'm here, man. I'm locked in, man. I can't miss a locker room, man. Come on, y'all. I can't miss it.
Hey, you on camera, bro?
Yeah, I could get on camera for sure.
They got to see your face. There you go.
I'm chilling. I'm out here just chilling for a second.
Hey,
yeah,
man,
I'm out here, man.
Congratulations on the new spot. So you in the 305 now, huh?
So I'm more in Fort Lauderdale, man. I'm not going front. I'm in Fort Lauderdale, but you're not too far, man. It's it's just as beautiful.
Everybody coming to Florida, boy. We're getting full.
Hey, man, it's the lifestyle here.
Welcome,
man.
Brother.
Hey, man, we're super proud of you. Super proud of everything you're doing, man. You came to the company, man, for being in another situation. Came over here, coachable. I see you running your own calls, man. You're on trades, and just see your progression, man. Has been just lights out, man. I want to give you first off mad props for that, man, for being the leader that you have to babysit. But Cameron and I, we always talk about your leadership and things like that, man. But you know, we always talk about the endurance, man, and the fact of the commitment, the endurance, and just having a vision to see where you like. Really, people don't realize where you are right now. Don't confuse your temporary situation with your permanent future situation. Don't mistake your temporary present situation with your permanent future situation, right? So wherever you want to go, you got to take yourself there mentally and start to dream, and those dreams will come true, man. Look at him, Dwayne. I remember having conversations with you, man. Like, look, man, a little bit kind of on my knuckles right now with this move. Now I done seen you to move. Got a high-rise joint now. You got the door. You can carve the doors, go up like wings. Listen, man, you're getting it in. You're getting the butter from the duck, man. Tell us what's going on with you, man, and why some of these things are so important to you, champ.
Yeah, let me get in the game a little bit with this call. And I gotta piggyback off what you said, Greg. You know, just I mean, I love the arrow analogy, Greg. You know, all the setbacks, using it as a pullback to press forward. But family, for me, you know, it really is what Coach Young just said. Truly, you know, it's really a mentality game. You really gotta really just drill your brain, drill yourself knee deep. I mean, you got to drill down deep and just know that you know, just accept, just commit, just decide that I'm going to live a certain lifestyle. Like, I'm sorry, man. Like, my mama about to fly in. I'm about to pick my mama up.
What if I told you you could fund yourself?
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to pick my mama up, right? And I know when she get here, she gonna be like, "What? Like, how you doing?" You know, she gonna be like, when I bring my mama, she gonna be like, "What? Like what? What, boy? Like what?" You know, it's just like, but like, I know what I want, and I know what I don't want. Like, it's really not that complicated. Like, I know the life I want, and I absolutely know the life that I just do not want, man. And I've just deeply committed to every day moving myself closer to the life that I want. And like you said, I'm just relentless, man. Now, some of you think y'all hear us talk about relentless. You think you got to be like some rude, arrogant, abrupt. Nah, man. That's why I love like Andre Campbell, man. This guy always keeps a smile on his face. Lawrence, I think he missed his calling. This dude should be a comedian somewhere. All right. Like, you got guys who are just having fun, being in their element, but we're just relentless to the life that we want, man. It's not negotiable for me, Lawrence. Like, I'm just not going to live a certain lifestyle. There's certain lifestyles that I'm not going to do it, man. I'm not doing it. Now, I do what I got to do until I can do what I wanted to do, but I'm just not going to give in to an average lifestyle. I'm not gonna do it, man. I feel like I got one life, Lawrence. I got one shot, bro. Like this ain't no dress. The best way I heard it said was, Dwayne, this ain't no dress rehearsal. This it, bro. Like this is your life. This it right now. This ain't practice. Like this is it. This the game.
Right.
I got one life, man, and I'm gonna live it the way that I deserve to live it. I'm not gonna live it in bondage. I'm not gonna live it, hour to hour. I'm not gonna live it, begging for time off. I just can't do it, man. I just can't do it. So I'm just really, really committed, like you said, to a certain lifestyle.
Hey, did you
really am.
Did you say that you only had one shot?
Bro, I only got one shot, bro. Don't do that to me. Don't play that song. Don't do that to me.
Hold on.
That's my
You only
favorite.
got one shot.
DJ LY. DJ LY on the ones and twos.
Let's go, Dwayne.
Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that.
I love it. I know, right? Man, that song hypes me up every time I hear that thing.
E-music.
Nah, seriously, family. I want y'all to listen to that song for real, man. Hopefully it hits y'all the way it hits us. Listen to that song, One Shot. I believe it's called One Shot.
Yeah.
By Eminem.
Lose yourself.
Lose yourself. Excuse me. Lose yourself. That's the exact title. Lose yourself. Really listen to it, y'all, and really receive it. Like that song fires me up, man. I'll give y'all one thing I've done. I'll get out the way. I create playlists of songs that really successfully fire me up. I got my own playlist. Right? I know we talk about listening to audios and all that stuff. Yes, very important. Very important you develop your mind. But you also need songs like that just fire you up when you come out the locker room, baby.
When you're ready to slay the lion, right? Yeah.
And I listen to that stuff before presentations. I listen to that stuff before events and trainings. I listen to that before I say I'm gonna go make 100 calls today. I listen to that playlist. If you ain't got a playlist, you need to get one. Make your own playlist.
I love it, man. Music touches the soul, man. And some of those songs, man, they really hype you up, man. Sometimes I'm in the car and I'm like, man, I gotta go. I hear one of my jams come on. I'm like, dude, I gotta get back to the crib, So I gotta grind hard, man. So man, we definitely appreciate you, man. And listen, man, Tamara and I, we're so extremely proud of you, man, coming over here, just doing your thing. I know Chairman 25, some of you been shooting for it. I know, hey, listen, just like myself, Andre, hey, people think because you're chairman, you don't go through those rocky roads, man. Listen, I know some of the conversations you and I have had about you trying to get to Chairman 25, and you get maybe some of those long extension candles going down, right? But it's all about staying
wicked out.
Yeah, it's all about staying the course, man. So I'm super proud of you, man. And listen,
can I do something, Lawrence?
Yeah, but I need you to tell us when that Chairman 25 is gonna get done. That's what I need you to say.
Listen. I could get Chairman 25 done in 30 days, and we're on the road right now. All right, I got a new P1000. I just saw her on this call. She just hit P1000. Female P1000. Super proud of you, sis.
What's
she
her name? What's her name?
She's one of us. Jernita. I believe you're still on the line. She might still be on the call right now. She's originally from Dominica, small island in the Caribbean. But she's out in London. There she is. This girl is a fireball.
Yeah. How you spell it?
Jernita. Just hit P1000 today.
Congratulations.
There she goes, Jernita. Unmute yourself.
If we could give her 60 seconds, that'd be huge.
I just asked her to unmute herself. There she goes.
Hey guys.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
You're excited?
I'm super excited. I mean, it only sunk in like today. Like, guys, I went to bed at 7:45, waiting for that back office to update. And I'm like, come on. So I'm like on no sleep right now, but it's an exciting time. And I must, commend like Dwayne Lodge and Anthony Howe for their profound leadership. I mean, it starts way at the top from Lawrence Young, because, I'm tuning in, I'm plugged in. And without these guys, setting the pace for us, we wouldn't be where we are today. We wouldn't have no one to really emulate. And, I must give my heart out to Dwayne, because like, he's that selfless leader. Yeah. Like he puts his heart out. And I'm like, man, this guy is not keeping still. This guy is running around every day, 24/7. So I really commend, and that's what a true leader is. It's not someone that's just gonna, go forth and say, hey, let me dictate this. Oh, I'm the boss. But a true leader actually sets themselves apart when they actually lead by example. And I love that we can all, within this space, within this movement, we can all look up to our leaders above us and say, wow, I want to emulate your success. And we can look at their character and say, wow, I want to be like that. Excellent. And there are not many leaders out there. So I just want us to just appreciate all our leaders, whether or not you're in direct contact with them, but you are connected to them one way or the other, because all that leadership qualities is being reciprocated down to everyone, the newest member who just joined today. So I just want to say thank you guys and just keep up the great work.
Congratulations.
Awesome sauce, man. Hey, listen, super congratulations. Spearheading the whole movement on the islands like that. That's pretty strong. So looking forward to hearing your success story. And Dwayne, man, again, man, mad kudos to you, man, on a new spot. The door with the cars that go, the car with the doors that go up and all that kind of stuff, man. And I love it, man. We're
gonna link up, brother. Welcome to Florida, brother. We're gonna link up.
Yeah, I gotta link up with you, Andre. Let's do it.
Definitely,
I appreciate you, Dwayne. Thanks so much, champ.
Thanks so much, coach. Let's go.
You got it, man. So guys, we have a lot of great, leaders and things like that in the team. And, I want to bring on one of my good friends, Mr. Tavis Hundley, out of the VA. Reason why I want to bring Tavis on, Tavis is one of the nicest guys you ever want to meet. Let me tell you that for one. He does an incredible, when I say incredible, overview that we plug into. See, guys, we do presentations twice a day, Monday through Thursday, 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern time on this same link. Tavis is one of the presenters in the rotation. He's real close to knocking out his next rank, but he called me after he left one of the events about a month ago. He said, look, man, there's enough is a freaking enough, dude. I'm ready to go get it. I'm sick and tired of being in the same position. I know too much, and it's just like intelligence on ice. I'm ready to go out there and be ignorance on fire. Let's go get it. And hey, I just want to bring him on because see, Tavis, he not only works for the government. Well, I don't know if he still does, but he did. He was also an athlete as well. And I remember first meeting, I'm like, because I hoop. I said, man, you play ball, didn't you? He's like, yeah. So we got a chance to kick it. He's like a brother to me, man. Him and his family, man. We love him to death, man. But Tavis, what's going on, champ?
Yo, what's up, coach? What's up, Andre? Mr. Campbell?
It's all good, brother.
All right.
Hey, man. How you feeling today?
Oh, man, I'm absolutely wonderful, man. Couldn't get no better.
Right. So if you died, you want to come back as you?
Exactly.
I love it, man. Let me ask you a question, man. What you been getting from these locker room calls, man?
Man, first of all, man, I just want to say you guys have, I just enjoy what you bring to the table. You guys being the leaders that you are. These locker rooms has been monumental for me. As a, just like you said, a couple of months ago, I've been one of those ones. Trust me, you guys gonna hear my story, and when I hit that chairman, 50, whatever, whenever I get a chance to share it, you guys are gonna hear this story, and everything that you just heard today has been me. I've been to, where I've been at a point where I thought I was gonna hit, chairman 500 myself, just because of the momentum, and then you get knocked down and then you just have that feeling of, man, I don't know if I want to do this again. I think this is it. I've been at all of that, I've hid behind trading for so long and did all those types of things because, you have that fear that builds up in you when you seen success in the building the business and you seen it, to go down to nothing. You get that fear and we all been there. And that's the thing that kind of stops you at times. And one of the things that you guys were saying, it kind of reminded me, I remember I was in college and I was in the band. I was in one of the HBCU bands. We did all the dance and then, we did all that stuff on the field. Right. And I had a band instructor, the band director. We thought he was crazy because when I first got started, I never experienced that type of intensity in band. We had to learn the music, the dance routine. It's a lot goes into it. Everybody gets excited to seeing those bands on the field, but they don't understand what goes into it. And when you connect with leaders, sometimes you don't understand what they're asking you to do. And what you need to do is just follow instructions. And it reminded me of that band director because you know, we would learn all of this music. We had to memorize it. We had to learn the dance routines. And then, you know, we'll get like 1 week out before the performance and we are nowhere close to being ready. And I'm like, this dude has us out here just like 24. I'm like, we can't even go to class because we out here like, he's like, no, do it again, do it again, do it again. I'm like, dude, we ain't gonna get it. I don't see why we're doing this. Sure enough, come Saturday game day, we got everything memorized. We're in the dance, and it just is. It's crazy because it's the same way in business, right? Sometimes you don't see the vision of what the leaders have. You know, you don't understand why they're telling you to do this, and we're doing the same thing over and over, and you get tired. You're like, my feet hurt. You know, I'm sore. I can't do this. But at the end of the day, they've been there, done that, and they see the vision of what needs to happen, and we fall play. And that's why I love these locker rooms, because that's what they put me in the mind of.
But you know what's crazy, man, is hey man, when God talked to Noah, say build an ark, Noah didn't say, listen, man, look, I need to see the water first, bro. I need to see the flood before I build this boat. You know, he had to build it first before that stuff happened, man. And just being able to follow instructions, man. And you know, you being a person that played ball and you know, it was in the military as well, man. What are some of those type of traits, man? What did it teach you, man, as far as like discipline? Because I know you're really good on the charts as well. But what did that help you with, man, as far as maybe the discipline of the whole thing, man, from playing ball? Because I know sports is based on a lot of discipline as well, too. But what are some of those things help mold you into like the trader you are today, man? You know, as far as being disciplined?
Man, the discipline, it starts with the consistency too. You know, same thing you guys have been saying already. You know, whenever you have a goal, whenever you know there's somewhere you want to go, there's somewhere you want to get to, and just like Dwayne said, you know, hey, I know what I want in life, and I know where I don't want to be, and so when you have those things in your mind, no matter how you go through the ups and downs, you just don't quit. You know, you just got to keep going and realize it's part of the process. And if I keep going, you know, at some point you're going to get it. And that's how this thing works for me. And that's why I have the discipline in that.
Awesome, man. Well, we look forward to seeing your journey to chairman, man. I got something coming to you in the mail as well, man. You're going to be really excited about as well, too. So,
let's go, Chav.
Thank you for allowing me to share. Hey, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's win to the super high level, guys. So what we're going to do real quick, guys, I'm gonna allow you guys to unmute yourself. And let's get into some of these questions. We'll be done here in maybe 20 minutes or so, answer some questions. So feel free to unmute your microphone. If you have any question that you'd like to ask us that we can help you with, let's just hit the unmute button.
Hey, Coach.
Chrissy, what's up, Chrissy Pips?
Hey, Andre. How y'all doing?
You got to unmute yourself, Dre.
It's all good, Superwoman.
Hey, so question for y'all. I'm trying to put on a large event. What advice do you have?
What do you consider large?
500 people.
Woo! Do it, Chrissy Pips.
You want to take that, Dre, or you want me to take it?
Go ahead, Coach.
Okay,
what you got large.
Okay, so dig it. If you're launching a big meeting like that, what you want to do, especially if it's for the team, you want to have leading up to that particular event, you need to make sure that people are blitzing, right? And the reason why I say that is because the more people you can get exposed. Say, for example, you got an event July 1st. I'm gonna use that as an example. Mm-hmm. Every call you do, every launch call you do is all leading up to you got to be at this event July 1st. So now every call you do, every launch call you do, you got everybody buying into July 1st and promoting. So now the more launch calls you do, say, for example, you get on a call with me. I decide to join. I do a launch call with 25 people. That's 25 new people that if 13 of them join, they're going to set up launch calls and promote for that July 1st event too. That's how you fill up the seats. It's not like you build it and they will come type of thing. You don't want to just have an event like I'm gonna have the event and they just gonna show up.
Right.
Those things help lead up to having a full event. So you got to make sure those, doing the business, the launch calls are the key. I mean, that's really the key to the whole thing. And then you just every event promote for that July 1st. Hey, listen, you got to be there. It's going to be the event of events. You got to just be a master promoter in your words, right? And, not like we do this all the time. It's like the event of events, like Don King. Every fight was a fight of the century. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's how you need to promote, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I can help you with any of those launch calls. Just let me know.
Yeah, we're going to be a part of that. Just let us know what you need us to do. Definitely.
Perfect.
Any other call? Anybody have a question? Just hit the unmute button. Feel free to unmute yourself. We'll answer some questions. Let's go. Now's the time.
Everybody gonna be shy. I'll ask all the questions.
And I just dropped a video in there about the 90-day launch blitz that helps, understand people how to, build up to bigger events. That's the link just dropped in there.
Okay, cool. Anybody have any questions? Anything that we can help you with? Now
This is the time. Ask.
Interview the interviewers.
Well, thank you for having me. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, guys, this is new Mike. Hey, matter of fact, I just launched Mike today, man. He just joined under my good friend Zarek Thompson, and he's excited about everything, man. But he's a gentleman who knows networking inside and out, man. And he's really jacked. What's going on, Big Mike?
Welcome to the team, Mike.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hey, listen, I'm coming in from the other end of having my hands spanked, and I just want to know, what is it that I use, not to entice, but just to let people know this is the real one now, even after, a huge loss, building that confidence back into my team. I did duck out for a minute because I went to investigate something real. Since I was duped a couple times, I feel this is the real deal because I see the people and the product and the company that stands behind it. Now, every company that I've been with, they had all the flashy bells and whistles and all this other stuff, but I feel this is a solid foundation where I can start over again. My problem is to speak to my other associates in a manner to pique their curiosity, because I'm excited. I wish I could spin around in a chair a couple times, but I just need this team spirit that I'm in the right place at the right time. Because what you said last night, or I think it was Dwayne, or no, Andre, you said that you may feel like you want to give up. After 4 years, I built over $11,000, had over 50 some people in there. And then in one night, it was all snatched away. Now I have to stand back up in front of everybody, pull my collar and say, hey, I'm back. But, it's going to be that type of thing where, I might get skittish. I may say the wrong thing, but I just like some input.
Well, one thing I'll tell you, Mike, kind of like the job analogy, people have a job and they get laid off or downsized. And what do? They get back up, go look for another job. Now, what I'll tell you about this opportunity, yesterday was my birthday. And because this gentleman here, Mr. Lawrence Michael Young, gave me the call about this opportunity. Yesterday, I was able to make more in one day than the majority of Americans earn working an entire month, Not saying that to impress you, just to impress upon you, this opportunity is real. We've got so much proof from all the educators, all the systems, pivots, levels, the new levels 2.0. If you guys haven't got on that with Orrin Wright, get on that system, level 2.0, Dr. Spiller with colors. We've got so much proof, and now there's so much social proof with Bitcoin. I just saw that Snoop Dogg just went with an NFT. So a lot of people who were burnt yesterday, we've all been there. We've done something, we tried this, we lost. Those people still have it in their ear, in their mind. If they see the right thing again, you'd be amazed. They jump on the horse again and they get going. And when it all comes down to it, what we always say, can never say the wrong thing to the right person. If they're still ready, if they're ready to go again, people always ask me, Andre, how do I convince? I said, we don't convince anybody, we're winning. This comp plan, Coach touched on it earlier. I don't think enough people realize what Chris Terry has given us with this comp plan. Coach, we've been in companies before where if people hit P2000 consistently, we were happy. This comp plan, ladies and gentlemen, we've seen them all. Unilevels, binary. This comp plan is a no-frill comp plan. There's no gotchas. There's no breakage. Most comp plans have breakages. that the company gets all the money. And what I'm saying is this, right? After this call today, I want everyone to really inspect the comp plan, because here's why. Unless you really love your job and you like, getting up to that Northern alarm clock, fighting traffic, going in there, hey, boss, this, unless you really love your job, no one on this call, on this opportunity, should have to go work a 9 to 5. You shouldn't. Because guess what? To hit chairman, you don't have to personally sponsor a certain amount of P1000s, P2000s like most companies. 3 people, you can go right to $10,000 a month. And I think if most people really inspected that comp plan, inspect the educators, inspect the products, inspect Go Live, inspect the academy, you'd be overwhelmed. I trade, but I don't even know everything. I don't use everything. There is so much. This buffet is so big. Greg White, Gilo Morgan, they're doing calls right now with HFX. We have so many other great leaders on this team. Sharita Hoff, Simon, I see you over there, brother, over in the UK, that there's so much proof now that all I do, I just say, hey, take a look. Just take a look. Not trying to convince. And when a person really peels back the layers and they inspect and look what we have, they'll be blown away. You show me another platform with the leadership, with the comp plan, with the products, with the dynamic systems, the software, doing business over 100 countries, over 400,000 people, it's not there. And unfortunately, segue into this, I see a lot of people, they leave IM and they go over here. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, if you can't build it here, you can't build it anywhere. If you can't do it with this comp plan at this time, with Ethereum and, Elon Musk posting $1.5 billion they made, oh, you got it, Bitcoin. Yeah, we do Bitcoin. We got a guy named Curtis Cobain Branch. Just get on this call. All we have to do is get good at putting the right people, not the wrong people, not the ones who don't want to do it, whatever excuses, just put the right people in front of this information. Coach mentioned that we do 2 calls 4 times a week, twice a day. Ladies and gentlemen, those calls should be packed. Everyone should be, just getting people, get on this call. What it's about. I don't know, just get on the call. Listen, if everyone did that, you would see how fast P150, P600, P1, it would just start the domino effect. But you know what? Most people don't know the comp plan. If you don't know the comp plan, how can you get excited about hitting P2000? You don't know how to get there. You have to know the blueprint. When I first looked at this, I said I wanted to do 2 things. I wanted to get to at least Platinum 5,000, because if I got to Platinum 5,000, boss, you're fired. I'm not coming back. I didn't have to go into a job, right? Chairman 10 was just, the icing on the cake. So that was going to give me the time to really get into the market. People ask me, Andre, how do you trade like this? You know what? I lost a lot. I committed more. I practiced more. I blew more accounts, and I did it over and over and over and over. And now trading to me is like driving a car. It's in my long-term memory. I don't get in the car and think about doing this. It's just automatic. I look at the, Bitcoin. Who cut that Bitcoin drop yesterday? 1,600 pips. And we have so many men and women right now who are learning and doing the same thing. So Michael, brother, listen, we've got the sauce. We've got the bags of gold. I tell people we got 2 bags of gold, trading and building. So everyone on this call should be super excited about that. You should be confident about that. You should be able to go talk to anybody. I don't care if it's Jamie Dimon, head of, Chase Bank. It doesn't matter who it is, because all the wealthy people know what's going on in this space. The poor, broke mindset people who don't, they need to be educated. So we've got it, brother. Go out there, be confident. You're the man. You got it now. Tell them, listen, I got it now.
let me say this real quick too, Mike. Listen, your friends, they should be thankful you brought them to an opportunity for one. Don't feel bad if opportunities don't pan out. Listen, that's not your fault. You didn't run the company. You didn't have bad intentions. Your goal was to help them. So, hey, listen, unfortunately, there's good companies and bad companies out there. So in my journey, when those things happen, I said, listen, man, we can't look in the rearview mirror wondering about things happening in the past. We can't just give up we can't give up being opportunity seekers. See, when you're an opportunity seeker, you have to be willing to shoot the shot. You're gonna miss a lot of them. It's okay, but you always got to shoot the shot. But one thing I say to people is this: hey, Mike, listen, man, I know we were that last company, didn't work out. Listen, may or may not be for you, man. I saw something I think you really should take a look at. It doesn't require any selling or recruiting. Let me just share a quick little video with you. and we'll see if we're a mutual fit for each other. Can I do that with you? Cool. Simple. So Mike, that's all it is. That's all it is, man. So you just got to make that list of people and stick and move. Listen, you ain't got to babysit folks. If they hurt over opportunity, that's on them. There's a lot of people starving for opportunity out there, not just the people who were in your company. You see what I'm saying? You want to give them an opportunity at least to know what you're doing. That way they can say you didn't tell. So call all those people. I don't care if you get hung up on. I don't care if people son of a bitch you. I don't care what they do. You still call them and tell them what you're doing and tell them why you're excited. And what you do is this. Say, listen, man, I'm working with some serious 7-figure earners. I saw the documentation. They're going to take the time to help you. So what you do is you call me. You get me on the phone with them. Let me help you. You see what I'm saying? Because listen, when I say this is what I do, this is what I do. You feel me?
That's what I want to do. So.
Too easy. Too easy. Too easy.
Does anybody else have Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I ain't have anything to say, man, but I just wanted to piggyback off of what you and Andre said to Mike. And it's simple. I think it's one of two things, man, is you just don't get in your own way with thinking about what they're thinking about. Mm-hmm. You know, that's going to be that's step number one, you know, because if you start growing the conscience about how they feel, you're already premeditated on making decisions and you really don't know. And number two, you owe it to them. You know what I mean? That's you're their leader. You know, now you got the right thing. So you just got to remember the next thing, which is number three, is just remember what got you excited about this. And what got you excited, you should be excited to go to them, you know, hell come or high water, whether if they say yes or no. Like Coach said, they can never be able to blame you, you know, later on and they'll come back a year or two later. Coach will tell you, so many people came back to him 2 years later, a year later. You understand where I'm coming from? Hell, I'm one of the products that came back. You know what I mean? A year later after, you know, not taking advantage, but man, you know, I would say that. And the fourth thing is, and final is this. The best thing with the excitement that you can go is this true liberation with I Am Master Academy. This is the only company that you can bring those 50 people in, man, to where a year later, they can develop a skill to where if this company closed, they can still make money. This is the only company, if they decided not to bring a person into it, they can still make money. And when a person can understand that, to be able to acquire those type of skills, they're paying for skills because you expose them to it. You know, not recruit them, you just expose them to where they made a personal investment for their personal development for years to come that they can pass down to their kids. And if you keep that one in mind, you're going to help them rewrite their financial narrative and become their own banks. And that's all I can tell you. So don't get in your own way. Just keep it simple, brand new, and stay excited about what got you excited when you go to them, man.
Let's do it.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's great words there, bro. Listen, any other questions? Anybody have any questions we can help you with real quick? Feel free to ask a question. Just come unmute your microphone. We're going to get about 8 more minutes and we'll be done.
Hey, Lawrence, this is Shannon.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Everything. So ironic that he asked the question he asked, because my question was, is there a particular peak interest script that you use? But you answered it basically in his answer. And so, you know, in my calling today, that's what I've been doing all day today for the last couple of days, preparing for my launch call today.
Don't mean to interrupt you, man, but when you said you were ready to build, what was the first thing I told you to do? Set up a launch call.
Make a list and set up a launch call. Make a list, set up a launch call.
When is our launch call?
Our launch call is today at 6:30 Central Standard Time.
See, listen, man, when I tell you what we tell you guys to do, all you gotta do is follow the instructions and run the play. But listen, I'm gonna give you this, Shannon. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person, but one of the things I use is this. Hey, Shannon, listen, I'm super busy right now. Hope all is well. Hey, listen, man, I wanna ask you a real serious question. What is it, Lawrence? Well, listen, man, I'm working with some 6 and 7 figure earners. They're launching the biggest project they've ever launched in their entire freaking life. They asked me to call 3 to 5 people who are the sharpest people I know to put them on this call. I want to ask you a personal question. Can you take 20 minutes of your time to jump on a call tonight at 7 or tomorrow at 7? Which one works best for you?
Got it.
I ain't mentioned trading. I didn't mention network marketing. All I did was say I'm working with some 6 and 7 figure earners. They're launching the biggest project they've ever launched. And they asked me to put the 3 of the sharpest people I know on the call. You were one of them. I'm stroking your ego. Now you're going to get on the call. I just want you to look at the information. See, the person that wins is a person get the eyeballs on the information with all the facts for that person to make a decision. It ain't your job to convince them. It's just for them to look at it and say, hey, I'm in or I'm out. I'm a yes, no, or maybe. That's it. So if you get good at doing that enough, man, it's lights out. You just got to keep on doing it consistently. And don't worry about the people who say no. Don't worry about the people who say you've been in a few opportunities. Don't worry about living in the past. Everyone today, right now, is looking for a way out because 2020 taught us a couple of things. One, you got to have more than one stream of income. Two, it told you you actually can work from home and be productive. It's been a study that companies are sending people at home to work, and they're more effective working from home than coming to the office. So we understand that people can do this from home. You just got to get great. So all you got to do, Shannon, shake off the rust, man. Shake off the rust, man. You listen. You're one of the best of the best at peaking interest. I learned a lot from you in the company we were in, and you was running past people like they was walking backwards, man. So now you got to shake off a little dust, blow it off. Listen, man, you know it's like riding a bike, champ.
Yeah.
Hey,
well,
Coach,
I'm excited,
launch
man.
call, right?
Yeah, I'm doing a launch call at 7:30 tonight on the same link.
Yeah, we know that most people never did a launch call. We have 58 people on this call. What if everyone did a launch call, Coach?
Oh my God.
What would happen?
Hey, bro, it's easy to do it, but guess what's easier? Not to.
Not to do it. Not to do it.
It's easy to do them. It's easier not to.
If you're on this call and you really, well, I'm not gonna say if you haven't done one. If you want to do a launch call, put one in the chat. If you're gonna commit to doing a launch call, we have 58 people. Who's gonna commit to doing at least just one? Get the train moving. One launch call. Andre, I'm scared. I don't know about ever. Just do one launch call. Bertrand, I see you, brother. Bashari Jones out there in Texas.
Hey, listen,
I'm in the
Mike,
Queen.
Mr. Hayes. When I talk to you today, you say you're ready to build. What did I tell you to do? We need to set up a launch call. Is that what I told you?
Yes, you did, and I've got that right after we get done.
That's what I'm talking about. So
So
guys,
I'm uncoachable.
So guys, when I tell you guys some of the things that we tell you to do, all you gotta do is run the freaking play. Let the leaders do the work for you until you know what you're doing. But if you're not setting these launch calls, guys, again, you're tap dancing. You trying to pick out the right running shoes to run a marathon. Just put on some shoes and start running. That's all you gotta do.
I want to see if trading works first, Coach. Then I'll launch. I'll do a launch.
Man, listen, man, you ain't gotta do all that kind of stuff. Listen, people make $1 million a year selling dog food. They ain't eating one can of it. People work for Ford Motor Company, drive Audis. People work for Chrysler Company, drive Mercedes Benz. People work for Mercedes and drive Fords. You don't need to be a product of the product. We know it works. Just take action. Hey, listen, when you become a professional with this, guys, I'm gonna tell you something. Your demeanor will change. When you become a professional at this, your demeanor will change, but you have to be what? 6 foot tall and bulletproof, people. 6 foot tall and bulletproof. Now, any other questions we have before we get off this call? We got about 3 more minutes. We can handle another call. Anybody has any questions real quick?
Yeah, I got one.
Who's that?
Oh, what's good?
You can go first.
Ladies first.
Okay, thank you.
Gentlemen.
Hey, Coach.
Gentlemen, I love
Hey, Coach. Hey, Coach and Andre. This is Sharita.
Hey.
Hey, happy birthday, Andre.
Thank you.
Awesome. So my question is, what best advice would you have to give team members regarding retention?
You want me to?
Customer retention.
Well, this is what I say about retention, right? Everything you do, any company, if you have a church, there's always going to be attrition, right? Some people are going to leave for, it doesn't matter what, in network marketing, Coach, you've been doing this a long time, a lot of people don't realize in any company, a lot of people come in, they just got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. They're going to try it, they're going to see, right? A lot of times, by the time the second auto ship hits, a lot of people, they bow out. I've personally had people, they've been in, I said, Mrs. Jones, have you been in the academy? No. Have you been on Go Live? I have a lady on my team, she was in here for a year before she even got on Go Live, So retention is something you can't control. The only thing that we can control, just like trading, you don't know how much you're going to win, but you can control your stop loss, your risk, right? What you can control is staying in phase 1. By staying in phase 1, that really takes care of all retention issues, because you know what? People are going to come and go all the time, and I'm going to chime in, Coach.
Hey, you mean Dre? You mean to tell me everybody you sign up don't stay?
Oh man, brother.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna run the chairman. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that.
I thought everybody signed up. Stay. Listen, Sharita, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. When you're dealing with education, people are lazy. See, when you got a business where it's easy to join, guess what? It's easy to quit because there's no prerequisite. We're not giving you got to have a degree. You got to be this. You got to be that. No, all you need is 235 to join. So when you know that, knowing that people understand that to go level up, success is wearing coveralls. You got to put on joints to go to work. You got to put those coveralls in to go to work. That's why most people are broke because they're afraid to go to work. So remember this, Sharita. I want you to use this model. You ever heard somebody say, you can lead a horse to the water, you can't make him drink it? You ever heard anybody say that, Sharita?
Absolutely. And you know the question wasn't for me per se, but
I know. But you know what your motto is to that now should be?
Absolutely.
Find new horses.
That's right.
Right. Can't lead a horse to the water, you can't make them drink it. Find new horses. So retention, just have people plug in. You can only do as much as you can do. So I don't even worry about those people who leave out. Any other questions? I know it's 6:30 now. We don't want to get you guys too much of your time. Anybody have another question? I think it was Will. What's up, Will?
How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm incredible.
I see. One question I have is, how do you talk to someone that's on a higher level? I'm talking about like people that make like six figures. You're piquing their interest like six figures, someone that makes six figures, CEOs. How do I pique their interest? Like, what is your verbiage when you talk to those type of people?
Okay, Will, I'm calling you right now. You're a six figure guy. I'm just somebody who you're on my chicken list. Okay, so I'm calling you. Will, what's up?
Hey, how you doing today?
Hey, Will, listen, man. I know you're real busy. I just want to ask you a question, man, because I respect you so much. I just want to ask you a serious question. You got time?
Yes, I got a few moments.
Hey, listen, man. I partner with a company, work with some 6 and 7 figure earners, and listen, man. What they've showing me makes a whole lot of sense to me. And I respect your business acumen. I respect the fact that you can see things before most people can. Can you do me a huge favor, bro? And take about 20 minutes of your time, just look at this information to see if I'm making a good move or not. Can you do that for me?
Absolutely. I'll be gladly to do so.
Okay, cool. Listen, it's a call tonight at 7, and there's one tonight at 9 o'clock. Which one can you jump on?
I could do the 7 o'clock.
Okay, perfect. Afterwards, we'll chat, and I just want you to see if it's a good fit for me. Is that good?
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I'll look into it.
Okay, so Will, guess what I did? All I did is got you to look at the presentation. You didn't even know it.
Wow.
Now, all you're going to do is look at the information, and you might say, I might call you and say, Will, what do you think, man? Well, hey, I want to do this. You never know. All you want is, it doesn't matter if you got people on a pedestal or whatever, man. Just keep people look at the eyeballs and get on this, because I'm going to tell you something. Busy people who make money, they find time for things that make sense. Look at Dr. Jewel. She runs all these businesses. She's runs like a maniac with all these different things she does. Very, very productive. Guess what she did? She went here to Chairman 100 because she knows that this is a golden goose laying golden eggs. So all we do is look for people who are looking for us. So don't put people on that type of pedestal. If they're on that pedestal, use that script I just used. Trust me, it works.
Techniques, simple techniques.
But see, guys, once you become a professional with this, it's not one objection you can't handle. Because remember, you might be a doctor, Will. You might be a surgeon. But guess what? When it comes to networking and I Am Mastery Academy, I'm the one with the scalpel. That's the type of attitude you got to develop. You're surgical with this. But that's your confidence. That's what it comes in. The longer you stay in something and more you learn, you become surgical. So it takes time to get there, but use those scripts. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person. Last question, and we'll go on to close out the locker room today.
Thank
you. Last question, we'll close out the locker room today.
Okay, I have a question, Coach. It's Michael.
Big Mike, what's going on, champ?
Hey, how you doing? I wanted to ask, like, how do you adjust your mindset on a daily basis? As you know, in this business, there's always some obstacle. How do you adjust your mindset, whether it's dealing with trading or dealing with, people that you've signed up?
Well, I'll answer this very simply. One, I wake up. First thing I say to myself is thank God for waking up. Secondly, what I do is I give myself all the affirmations. I'm a money magnet. People are going to call me today. I'm going to win in the markets today. I'm going to attract the right people into my business. 7-figure earners are going to call me. I speak all these things into existence, okay? And what I do is I kind of coach my psyche into just thinking nothing but positive things. Then what I do, I may pick up a book and read something for a few minutes. Just like I showed you the YouTube video in the beginning, I look at that stuff every morning. 30 minutes to an hour, I look at stuff that's gonna motivate me. Now, 6 foot tall and bulletproof. Hey, negativity rolls off your back like water on a duck. But you got to control. See, only you're in control of your thoughts. So if you choose to put emphasis on negative stuff, then thinking about how you're gonna get out of that situation. See, I don't think about negative stuff. I don't even think negative thoughts about anything, right? I'm always looking at the positive and how I can come out of this situation better. You just have to coach yourself to be there, because if you're in the situation you're in right now, in the place you're in right now, mentally and financially, it's not where you truly, truly want to be, then you're gonna fight like an Alabama tick to get up out that situation. Okay, so you got to train your mind to get out of that situation and become 6 foot tall and bulletproof. Okay.
Yeah. And what I tell you, Mike, one thing you notice about all the leaders on this call, we've made a decision. We're not going back to 9-to-5 jobs. I heard Dwight touch on it, Greg. We've made decisions. So you know what I do, Mike? It doesn't matter what I feel like, because every day I don't feel like trading or doing this. I do it anyway. Repetition, repetition, repetition. If I get up and something's wrong, I just do it. Repetition. And that repetition over time, because you know what? When I had a job, I had to go in, do this whether I felt like it, do that. So I treat trading, I treat this business as a job, not as a hobby. A lot of people treat this as a hobby. Oh, I got my job, I got this to fall back on. This is no, nothing to fall back on. And one thing I'm gonna tell everyone on this call, after this call, you have some people on your team, kind of like what Sharita touched on, who they're just on life support right now. It's easier to give birth than it is to resurrect the dead. Go out and talk to new people. Guess what? The next Lawrence Young is out there. The next Dwight Lodge, Greg White, they're out there just waiting for opportunity. That's what people don't realize. There are literally people right now, I don't even believe the best people have even come to the company yet. They're just waiting for the right person to put them in front of the opportunity. So just do it, ladies and gentlemen. You're not going to feel like it all the time. Anything that is great, anything that takes a lot of commitment, energy, most people are like water. They look for the path of least resistance. And always remember this, ladies and gentlemen, most people aren't doing anything but watching other people on television. That's why it's really easy to get rich, because if you just commit yourself to doing a little bit every day over time, when other people aren't doing anything, you know what? Over time, you win. So I just say, just do it. Everyone, launch your business. Get that list out. We tell people, if you're on this call, you should definitely be taking notes, write down everything, make your list, at least 30, 40 people, put them in front of your presentation, get them on the calls Monday through Thursday, 3 p.m. and 8 p.m., 100chairman.com. If everyone, all 55 of us, got at least 3 people on the next calls, the next time we do this locker room, we'll have 200 or 300 people on this call. That's all it is, commitment. And just do it every day, even when you don't feel like it. And I guarantee you this, right? I guarantee you over time, when you look back, all those small accomplishments are going to add up. Just do it. Just do it.
Excellent. Excellent. So guys, do me a favor. If you got any value from the locker room call today, drop some 7s in the chat, guys. If you got any value today from the locker room call today, drop some 7s in the chat. Show some gratitude. That's what I'm talking about. So guys, Mike, this some of the things we do. Like I just got done reading this again, Building an Empire, one of the best network marketing books. So I read a lot. And what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna do something and I'm gonna mark this date. What's the day? This is gonna be for anybody that's on this call. Okay, anybody that's on this call, I want you guys to write this down. So today is the 11th. So from this week, just this week, anybody who hits P600 in the team, I'm gonna send them one of the books that changed my life. All I need you guys to do is whoever it hit, get with your leaders, send me that person's name and address. And I'm gonna send them a book that changed my life. Because remember, guys, this stuff here is what changes this up here, right? So we gotta start here first, and everything starts to manifest exponentially, right? So you guys write that down, get with your leaders. Anybody who hit P600, all they need is a name and their address. And I'm gonna send them one of the books to help change the game for me. So tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern time, we got Curtis Blockchain Cobain. Remember, guys, in Blockchain Cobain, we trust. right? If you made any money in crypto, drop some dollar signs. Kurt has these crypto accounts jumping out the gym. He and Chrissy like Vince Carter.
Amazing.
Talk about. Okay.
Amazing.
Bill and Melinda, send me your information. I got you. Okay.
Go.
So guys, tonight, 8:00 Eastern time, 100chairman.com. Jump on. There'll be some really good information. And listen, when we do these calls, support these calls. If you're new, even if you don't have a guest on these calls, get on these calls, because if you want to be a good presenter like Mr. Ton Henderson, you need to be on one of these calls. If you want to be a great presenter like Dwayne Lodge, Andre Campbell, Greg White, Johnny O, Ramey doing these calls, Chrissy. Listen, guys, Michael Thomas stepped up, Renee, Dr. knocking it out, Bertrand knocking it out, Bashiri and his wife stepping it up. Listen, you get on these calls, you learn how to present. So you're going to pick up some things from me, Andre, Tavis, all the leaders, so you can become the best version of yourself. So even if you don't have a guest, it's all you being a student and mastering your craft. So jump on these calls and support, because guess what, guys? These guys take time for their family to help you build your business. At least show some love and plug in, okay? So that being said, guys, next week, we have Luke Kwamina is going to be on the call. Next week, trust me, man, this guy's, when I tell you his voice and his passion behind what he does is going to blow you guys away. So Dwayne Lodge, if you're still on the call, man, this year is for you, man. Next week, we're going to rock and roll. And listen, guys, I love you guys. I see you guys at the top, or we will see you at the bank. Mr. Dwayne Lodge, this one is for you, big fella.
Petra, let's go. Tammy Washington, let's go. McKenna, let's go. Latasha.
Let's go, Dwayne. This is for you, child. You only got one shot. What you gonna do with it?
Johnny O, I see you, brother.
You got one shot. What you gonna do with it?
Sharita, Amsterdam, let's go. Kenyana Bashari.
You got one shot. What you gonna do with it, folks?
Theory, what's up, brother? Let's go. Alice.
Opportunity.